No money changing hands. Just two soldiers speaking the truth. Help me. Help me to do this. That's it, I have to leave now. You don't shoot him, millions will die.
Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, introducing you to my Battlefield 3 hard difficulty video walkthrough. This is the second section to Operation Guillotine, and this has a couple of pretty challenging sections on it, but for the most it's very simple. The only reason the sections are hard is because the game forces you to run pretty much in front of a firing squad, and I couldn't find a better way around doing it, so I've got a lovely suicidal technique to show you, and hopefully it'll help you get through. But for the most it's just you following your squad, cleaning up dudes, shooting from a distance, all that great stuff, and taking out a tank at one point with a javelin, which is nice, but there's not all that much strategy required in this one, so I don't need to talk too much about that. The best thing to do on this is to push straight across this little fountain area, and there's some stairs that lead up to this area that you've got to go to, but be very careful, because what you're going to see here is justification for my complaint about your allies pushing you upstairs and just influencing your character. And I think on this run I wait for them to go up, because they've pushed me up these stairs before and I nearly died. And it must have been on one of the earlier runs where I did die, so you're not going to see it, but if you go up too soon and you lay on these stairs and you use them as cover, as I'm trying to... Oh yeah, watch this, watch this. Push me directly into the line of fire. How close was that? I should have died then. And that's all because my team fucked me. You want to watch it, it's annoying, and it happens. And this is an invisible bullet. Look at that, look at that. A Houdini bullet, that one. Kicked his ass, but... just kill these dudes. There's going to be a javelin to pick up, and then you've got to take out a tank. And then you've got to make your way towards the bank. But as I mentioned, I'm going to talk about something different, and the thing that I'm going to talk about is I've just applied and been accepted into the monetization part of YouTube, which is YouTube have invited me to put Google ads onto my videos, and I was a little bit nervous and a little bit, concerned about doing it at first because I didn't understand it, but I read all the information that YouTube provides you with, and it sounded like an interesting idea to kind of guise how much I would be hitting right now. Because, as anybody knows who's followed me for a while, my channel is pretty small in the grand scheme of things, but it's growing steadily every day, and I'm going to keep on putting content up and hopefully build it to something quite impressive and something that's, something that's worthwhile, because the people that watch my videos, especially the regulars, they're all super cool dudes. They're all, all opinionated, all fun, and all love gaming, and it's a nice thing to have people like that commenting on your channel and keeping up with you, and hopefully that will just build into a bigger arrangement of cool dudes like that, and cool dudettes, cool girls as well. I'm not excluding the very rare possibility that there are females watching this. But I'm just going to interject for a second. This section right now, as soon as you hit this checkpoint when you talk to your boys, run straight around this corner and get as far in front of them as you can, because you don't get shot as much, it seemed to me, because I got shot running across this area the first time I tried it when I waited for my team, because the soldiers are already shooting your team, then they shoot at you and they hit you. But if you push around this corner, this is the suicide moment, by the way. I could not find a better way of doing this, because they want you to run in front of a bunch of guys with guns just to go down a corner, and you can't jump over the shrubbery, you can't jump over anything, and the best way I found to do it is get to these sandbags, hop over, run for all you're worth, and then lay down. You will die a couple times there, because sometimes you just get unlucky, but eventually you'll get through like I just did, and everything from now on is pretty much gravy. So as I was mentioning, my channel's growing, and the main reason I wanted to do this was to see what numbers I'm hitting now compared to what numbers I'll hit when I eventually get a really good following, hopefully. If I succeed at all, I might crash and burn and give up on it, but it all depends, doesn't it? It's one of those things we can't control. So I applied into it, and there are certain backlashes that come with it, because the first thing you have to do if you've never done it is read like a 40-page copyright fucking assessment thing of all these terms and agreements that you've got to agree to before you can do it. And look at that, floating sandbags, just what you want in your battlefield. But I read all of it, and I paid attention to a lot of it. I didn't understand quite a lot of it, if I'm honest, but the general consensus of it is I can't sue Google. Google own me and everything I do, and if any of it is copyrighted, it can be removed, and it'll all be on my back and not on Google's back. So they're just a bunch of lawyers have worked really hard and over a course of quite a long, lengthy period of time to make sure Google is covered in every conceivable way from any kind of backlash, be it monetarily or personally. It's just covered. And it all went through, and I added the monetize option to a couple of my videos. I've not done it to all of them because I kind of panicked, because it mentions if they do not qualify they can be removed, and I've got like 700 videos up that took me hours to upload, and I don't want them getting removed because I'm not too up on the copyright. So I've only actually done it on my Batman guide, and it'll be on every video from now on if it succeeds. But what it asks you to do, if you've never done it, I do apologise if you have. I'm just trying to, you know, keep my commentaries a little bit different, talk about some of the inner workings and what have you. But if you've never done it, it asks you to highlight if there's anything in your video that could be copyrighted. And obviously, this is video game footage that is copyrighted even though I own the game, so I have to say that. And it also says music for background music, and this game does have music on it, obviously it has sound, so I tick that one as well. And in the explanation I basically put that you have to put it's mandatory. I put, this is a video guide of this game that I made with my commentary over the entire thing, and I trim out all the cutscenes and the cinematics, and that is fine apparently. That makes it okay to put up, and I've not had any backlashes yet. I probably will in the future because copywriting can be strange, but it's amazing how much I don't know about my power of copywriting. I don't know, you know, the exploits. I don't know how you can get around certain things, or how much of something infringes on their copyright and how little. I just don't know because I'm not that well versed on it. But the one thing that is going to suck from now on is this is going to be officially the end to copyrighted music on my videos. And anybody that's been with me for a while will probably be just as sad as I am, because I love putting bands that I've just gone into, or cool new songs that I've heard, little snippets of those on my intros, and I liked putting them on the chopper gunner sequences and montage clips with them. And in all honesty, I'm still probably going to do that. I'll just not add them to the monetize options so that I don't get any repercussions. But if anybody knows of any loopholes, you know, you can have any music up to 15 seconds, anything over that is infringing, or any kind of like legal bindings that you can get around putting any copyrighted music up, please message me, because I don't understand it. I'm going to do some reading. I'm going to try and find out what my rights are with things, especially to stuff I own, even though I don't own the royalties or the copyrights. But it's interesting, and it's going to be cool because it gives me an option now to track the revenue streams on my videos, and it shows me a whole new different bunch of statistics for traffic and things, and it's interesting to watch. And I'm going to keep you guys updated as best I can, because there are some legal issues of me telling certain things about this information, and hopefully I've not infringed on it, because it said that I was able to say the amounts and things, because I don't know if this classes as a partnership with YouTube or Google, but it is in the partners options, so hopefully it'll develop into something awesome, so I'll keep you updated. But this section here is kind of interesting. This is a pretty decent firefight. You'll notice there's another ammo box, so I advocate spamming grenades again. It's the easiest way to clear out all these cluttered office areas. The reason this gets challenging is because the bunch of guys are going to be on the opposite balcony to you, and they are extremely accurate, and they can hide behind everything and shoot you through cover and all sorts of madness. And just to add, insult to injury, there are a balcony above that enemies will come on as well and start shooting down at you, so you need to watch out for any of the enemies spawning in an advantageous position, because they will kill you so quickly. It's horrendous. See, there's a guy up there right then, but I spotted him. And luckily enough, the prone on this game is so fast, you can be laid down within a second. Watch that for a terrible grenade throw. Now, the grenades are kind of weird on this game because they don't make much of a noise when they land near you. The reticle's kind of small, and the radius on them's kind of strange too. I don't think I've ever been killed by them, and if anybody's played World at War on Veteran, you'll know that grenades can be a bastard. But we're coming up to the end of the first section of the bank. All we've got to do here is clean up the remnants of these guys. Be careful shooting anybody that way, that's your team. I couldn't see because of the smoke. One more bullet then I would have failed, so you want to be super careful. But you'll notice I'm back to using the red dot sight that I like on a weapon that I like, and watch this. For some reason I cannot mantle over this at all. It doesn't let me do it, and yet it's of equal height almost, and I can do it over that. How weird's that? Really fucking weird. But now that's done, we can now push into the bank, and there is one heavily fortified room away from the end of this level, and it's a pretty challenging room. And the reason it's challenging is just because your team get in the way, your team take all the good cover, and they're just a nuisance. They're a real nuisance. But before we get there, we're going to have to move through a bunch of bank vaults and then abseil down a line. So I'm going to talk about some different things first. And the first one I'm going to mention is possible challenge videos for Batman. I went onto Xbox 360 Achievements the other day, and there was already a video to all of them on there, which is not disheartening as such, because there's millions of videos of people doing things everywhere, and if I didn't do a guide just because someone else had done one, I wouldn't do them, because there's that many that go up that fast. But the videos themselves seem pretty good. I don't think he had commentary on them, so I don't know if I will be doing that many, but if I do get the time and I can squeeze them in, I'll definitely look into them, especially if I get any requests, because if anybody wants to request anything at any time, please do it in personal message format, because they're the ones that really have impact. If you drop a comment, for some reason, sometimes YouTube doesn't even tell me that I've got comments these days, and I'll go onto a video, and there'll be a bunch of people saying really cool stuff, and I'll have had no idea that that was said. And it makes me feel bad for not replying, and it's YouTube's fault in essence, which kind of sucks. But I'll talk about that after we've initiated this firefight, because what's going to happen is you're going to abseil into the room, and it's going to go slow motion, and then it's all on you, and this is a very easy area to mess up because you can die super fast. And what I generally do is I flank around to the right while shooting from the hip until I get in cover, and then I aim down sights and I finish off everybody that's there. It's worked pretty effectively every time I've tried it, but this is one of those moments that you might have a strategy that works better. Feel free to use that. This is the one I found that worked the best for me. So as soon as you enter, flank out of that middle avenue, directly over here, finish people off with whatever gun you've got, lay down behind the pillars, and you want to go towards the walls that you'll see. Look, he blocks me then, which is annoying as hell. That's my machine chugging to play Battlefield 3 right then. I got some lovely slowdown, and this is the best vantage point. This and the opposite side of the room to this one, because you can eke your way around the corners, you can pick dudes off, and just be very careful of getting insta-killed, because people shoot really fast on this area and they will kill you super quick too. If you see a torch, it's an enemy, it signposts where they are. Make sure you adjust your aim to where they are, and you shouldn't have any issue. But back to what I was mentioning. Message format is the best thing to suggest anything on my channel to me, and a lot of people have asked if they were too late to sending questions for the 1000 question volume 1. Well, if anybody wants to send me a questions that I could answer in a further video, just send me a personal message with it in and entitle it 1000 questions. Or 1000 question, because it was an easy video to make. I had a lot of fun doing it, it got a good response. And if enough questions come through again, I've got nothing against doing a volume 2, doing a volume 3. It doesn't really matter to me, but please do it in personal message format, because if you do it in anything else, I might not get it, I might not notice it, and it's just easier. It's a lot easier, but as soon as that saving point goes up, that means the checkpoint has been hit. And this is effectively the end of the level. All that's going to happen now is we're going to push into the vault, we're going to open up a case, and it's going to turn out to be a WMD. So once again, people, thanks for watching. I hope the guide's helping, and you take care now.